We'll be moving to the next topic, factorization. In 4.1, we still have to do the word problems, but we will be coming to the word problems at the end. And we will be mixing 4.1 and 4.2. We will take it step by step. Word problems will be done at the end of 4.2. We're moving to the next topic, factorization. First of all, let's understand what is factorization. Factorization is a process in which we convert sum into product. What does this mean? I don't understand. No problem. We will do one or two questions. You will understand the meaning of this. First, let's take the first question. X square plus 5x plus 6. This technique is also called splitting the middle term. Why? We will understand. What do we do with factorization? How do we split the term? How do we make it multiplication? Sounds complicated, but no, it's very easy. Always take the first term and the last term. Take the first term and the last term. 1 into 6. So we get to know that the product is 6. Next, the middle term is the sum term. Sum. So you need to find two numbers such that when you split it, you get sum as 5 and product as 6. What are the possible combinations? Try it on your own. If you take, you have to take the sum from 5. Split it. Sum should be 5, product should be 6. Soon as you see, what will you feel? You'll feel 3 and 2. 3 plus 2, 5. 3 plus 2, 5. 3 into 2, 6. It satisfies both the conditions. So you can go ahead with 3 and 2. We will see more complicated examples to understand further. For now, this is 1x square. I am splitting 5x as 3x plus 2x. What did you do? You took the middle term and you split it, which is why this technique is called splitting the middle term. Plus 6. Now what do we do? Take two terms at a time and see what is common. From these two, what is common? 1 and 3, nothing is common. From the letters x square and x, anything is common? X is common. X into what will give x square? Another x. X into what will give 3x? Plus 3. Now take these two and see what is common. Plus 2 is common. 2 into x. 2 into what is 6? 3. How do we know whether you are correct? You should be very careful. Whenever you are taking common, this term here and this term here have to be the same. This term here and this term here have to be the same. Then only you know you are on the right step. If you get different terms here in the brackets, you are doing something wrong. Please understand, here I am getting same two terms. Now, I will now take out this common. See carefully. If I have a into t and b into t, can I take t common? Yes, you will get a plus b. So now see carefully, see here. These are two terms. From this, I am going to remove x plus 3. I have removed x plus 3. Who is left? X. I have removed x plus 3. Who is left? 2. So this, you converted addition to multiplication. Please see, addition got converted to multiplication. Plus plus plus, here you have into. So this is called factorization. These are called the factors of x. These are called the factors of x. So what did we do? We converted 1x square plus 5x plus 6. Same thing. We took it step by step and we made it x plus 3 into x plus 2. Here it's only addition subtraction. We made it multiplication here. This is known as factorization. So what did we do? We factorized this. So now let's understand a little deeper of this. What does it mean? if I have an equation x square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0, can I write x plus 3 is equal into x plus 2 is equal to 0? Valid? Because I just learned how to factorize it. Now before I teach you the next concept, let's take an example. Let's say there is an equation x square plus x minus 2 is 0. You have to tell me one value of x for which this equation is true. I want only one value of x for which this equation is true. That means you put one x value and tell me whether it's true or false. So let's take examples. Let's take examples here. Should we cut? Okay, so let's take examples here. So you take x equals 0. If I take x equals 0, what happens? 0 square plus 0 minus 2 is 0. You want 0, so you're checking whether this is possible. Minus 2 is 0. Is it possible? Is LHS equal to RHS? No. That means x equals 0 does not satisfy this equation. Not possible. Then let's take next, x equals 1. If I put 1 square plus 1 minus 2 is 0. In the place of x, I put 1. 1 plus 1 minus 2 is 0. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 equals 0. Is it true? Yes, it is true. That means x equals 1 satisfies this equation. X equals 1 satisfies this equation. A number that satisfies the equation is called a root or solution of that equation. Anything. So a number that satisfies the equation is called a root or solution of the equation. So we can say x equals 1 is a solution of the equation. X equals 1 is a root of the equation. Is x equals 0 a root of the equation? No. Why? Because it does not satisfy it. X equals 1 satisfies it. Now let's take a more complicated example. Complicated meaning tough. X square plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. I want you to tell me what is the value of x for which this equation is satisfied. Or in other words, what are the roots of the equation? Or what are the solutions of x? We just learnt what is the meaning of root. So now what will you do? You will take x equals 0 and check. 0 plus 0 plus 6. Is it 0? No. Wrong. It's not valid. Next you take x equals 1. So you start with 1 plus 5 plus 6, 0. 12 is equal to 0. Is it possible? No. This is also not possible. What to do next? Now go for negative. X equals minus 1. X equals minus 1. Minus 1 the whole square plus 5 into minus 1 plus 6 is 0. Minus 1 the whole square plus 1 minus 5 plus 6. This is plus 2. Is it 0? No. Not possible. Now again you should go x equals 2. X equals 2, what happens? 2 square plus 5 into 2 plus 6 is 0. 4 plus 10 plus 6 is 0. 4 plus 10, 14. 14 plus 6, 20. Is it possible? No. So even this is not the answer. So now we go for the negative number. X equals minus 2. If I take x is equal to minus 2, you take minus 2 the whole square plus 5 into minus 2 plus 6 is 0. Minus 2 the whole square, 4. 5 into minus 2 minus 10 plus 6, 0. 6 plus 4, 10. Minus 10, 0. 0 is 0. Yes, possible. So you have to do so many steps to reach the answer here. Isn't there a shorter technique for me to find that x equals minus 2 is a possibility? Which is why we used factorization. I will see and tell you how you factorized it and how to get the answer, how to get the roots from factorization. So what we just learned was, we had an equation x square minus 5x plus 6, plus 5x, x square plus 5x plus 6 equals 0, and we used trial and error to find out the value of x. We put 0, 1, minus 1, 2, minus 2, and we found out that x equals minus 2 satisfies the equation and it is the root. It is called the root of that equation. Isn't there an easier technique to do? We will see with the help of factorization. This is the same question we learned to factorize. So, let us say the equation given was x square plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. So, what do? Recapping factorization, you split the middle term, x square plus 3x plus 2x, 5 is nothing but 3 plus 2, plus 6 is 0. You took x common, you got x plus 3. You took 2 common, you got x plus 3 here. Now from these two terms, you took x plus 3 common, you got x plus 2. This is already what we just learnt. So now, if x plus 3 into x plus 2 is 0, think it like this. If a into b is 0, a can be 0 or b can be 0. A can be 0 or b can be 0. Both of them are possible. So here also, x plus 3 is equal to 0 is possible, or x plus 2 is equal to 0 is possible. If x plus 3 is 0, send 3 that side. What is x? Minus 3. If x plus 2 is 0, send 2 that side. What is x? Minus 2. X equals minus 3 and x equals minus 2 is the answer. That means x equals minus 3 and x equals minus 2 are the zeros of this equation, are the roots of this equation, are the solutions of this equation. Let me repeat what I just said. This x plus 3 and x plus 2 are called the factors of the equation. X equals minus 3 and x equals minus 2 is called the roots of the equation, solution of the equation. Some textbooks also use the word zeros of the equation. All the three mean the same. All three mean the same. That means what is the value of x for which this is true? How do you check whether yes, what I have got is correct? How do you check whether what I have got is correct? So now we learned how to take an equation, factorize it, get its factors, x plus 3, x plus 2 is the factors, get the roots of the equation. We've learned all the steps. I'll just teach you how to verify whether what root you have got is correct or wrong. This is just for verification purpose. You don't have to do it. You just have to learn what is the meaning of it. Root means something that satisfies the equation. So I will just check whether yes, it satisfies or not. So the equation is x square plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. You have to check whether x equals minus 3 and x equals minus 2 is a root. X equals minus 2 we'll take first. So minus 2 the whole square plus 5 into minus 2 plus 6 is 0. 4 minus 10 plus 6 is 0. 4 plus 6, 10. Minus 10, 0. 0 equals 0. True, true, true. Hence, verified. X equals minus 2 is a solution. Yes, so what you've got is correct. What about x equals minus 3? Is it also a solution? Yes. So if I have x square, so substitute in the place of x square, minus 3 the whole square plus 5 into minus 3 plus 6 equals 0. Minus 3 the whole square plus 9. 5 into minus 3 minus 15 plus 6 equals 0. 9 plus 6, 15 or plus 15. Minus 15 is there only. 0 equals 0 satisfies. satisfies. So what you've got is correct. Why did I make you do this? What should we understand this by this? If you have a quadratic equation, meaning if your equation's power, highest power is 2, there are two values of x. There are two values of x for which the answer, the equation is satisfied. I will tell it again. So please note down, take a note. Please note the note. Quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equals 0 has two factors, see, and also has two roots of the equation, two roots or solutions of the equation. This is a conclusion we have drawn. We will now try a few different examples. Please take down the note. We will try the next few examples and see how do we factorize and how to find the value of the equation, how to find the solution of the equation. Taking the next example, x square minus x minus 6 is 0. X square minus x minus 6 is 0. If you remember what I taught you, product, first term, last term multiply. So the product here is 1 into minus 6 minus 6, and the sum is nothing but the middle term. The sum here is minus 1. That means what? You have to split. You have to make two numbers such that the sum is minus 1 and the product is minus 6. Sum is minus 1, product is minus 6. Product is minus 6. Oh, ma'am, we did 3 and 2 here. No, we can do 3 and 2 again. 3 into 2 is plus 6, not minus 6. Okay, 3 into minus 2. 3 into minus 2 minus 6. But is this the answer? Is 3 into minus 2 minus 1? Meaning, if I add them, 3 plus minus 2, is the sum minus 1? No, it's not. So next possible case, what will you all tell me? Minus 3 plus 2. Is it possible? Please don't get confused. We are trying different combinations. So we are taking different numbers to see. What if I take 3 and minus 2? I get plus 1, not satisfied. So this is fail. Minus 3 plus 2. Minus 3 plus 2, minus 1. Minus 3 into plus 2, minus 6. Satisfied? The sum is minus 1. The product is minus 6. Satisfied? Yes, it is. So what do we do over here? We split the middle term as per those numbers. X square minus 1x minus 1 becomes minus 3x plus 2x minus 6 is 0. From the first two terms, take whatever you can as common. So you can see x is common. So x minus 3. Please remember, I told you, you have to get the same factor, same brackets, same term in the brackets. If you're getting confused, this is an easy technique to do. You know for sure you should get x and minus 3 here. For sure. So what should you take here such that you get 2x? 2. So 2 into x, 2x, 2 into minus 3, minus 6. Also correct. Two methods, either take common, whatever you can. If you can't decide what to take common, how do you decide? Same term has to come here. Write the term and see what should be the filler number. What number should you put such that this is satisfied? From these two now, I can take x minus 3 common. From this number, I removed x minus 3. Who is left? X. From this number, I removed x minus 3. Who is left? Plus 2. equals 0. These are the factors of the equation. If they ask you to simply factorize, you will stop here. If they ask you what are the roots of the equation or what is the solution of the equation, you will continue. X minus 3 is 0 or x plus 2 is 0. So x equals 3 is one solution. X equals minus 2 is another solution. See, 3 minus 2, minus 3 minus 2. They look very same. 3, 2, 3, 2. Just because of their signs, the equations are totally different. We will see another 2 examples to understand factorization in detail. We finished the first 2 examples over here. We go to the third example now. X square plus x minus 6. X square plus x minus 6, let's say, is equal to 0. How do we factorize this? What is my sum? And what is my product? For product, first term and last term multiplication. 1, this is minus 6. 1 into minus 6, minus 6. Sum is the middle term's number, it's 1. So you have to split. You have to split 1 in such a way that, or you have to find 2 numbers in such a way that their sum is 1, but the product is minus 6. You will say 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2 is 5, not possible. 3 minus 2, minus 3 minus 2, minus 3 plus 2, different combinations. See which one looks good, which one satisfies it. 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2, 1. Yes? 3 into minus 2, minus 6. Satisfied. So I will simply go split this middle term as plus 3x because there is 3, minus 2x because there is minus 2, minus 6. What is the next step? From the first 2 terms, take common. So from these 2 terms, I take common. Can I take x? Yes. X plus 3. Now how do you decide what to take common here? 2. Minus 2. Oh, I don't know. You know for sure x plus 3 has to come here. So which number should you take for this to be true? What into what will be minus 2x? Minus 2 into x is minus 2x. Minus 2 into 3 is minus 6. Satisfied. So now from these 2 terms, you take the brackets out. So x plus 3 is taken out. From this first term, you took out x plus 3. Who is left? X. From this term, you took out x plus 3. Who is left? Minus 2. 0. These are known as the factors of the equation. If they tell you factors, you stop. But if they ask you roots or solutions, you continue. So x plus 3 equals 0 is one possibility. And the other possibility is x minus 2 equals 0. That means x equals minus 3, x equals 2. These are known as the roots of the equation. This is the factors of the equation. Are we clear till here? This is the third question. Now let's move on to the fourth question. We'll try the last equation now. X square minus 5x plus 6 is 0. So the product, first term and last term multiplication, 1 into 6, 6. Middle term has to be the sum, minus 5. You have to find 2 numbers whose sum is minus 5 but product is 6. So you try different numbers. Is 3 and 2 possible? 3 and 2 is not minus 5, not possible. 2 and minus 3, 4 and 1. 4 and 1, minus 4, minus 1, possible. But will it give 6 if you multiply? No. Next possibility you can take minus 3, minus 2. Is it possible? Minus 3, minus 2, minus 5. Minus 3 into minus 2 plus 6. Possible, which is why we do this. So x square, first minus 3x, minus 2x plus 6 is 0. From the first 2 terms, take common. x is common, so you're left with x minus 3. You know for sure you have to get x minus 3 here. So who should I take common? What should I put here so I get minus 2x? Minus 2 into x minus 2x minus 2 into minus 3 plus x. Satisfied? Yes. So we have no problem there. Now, going back to this, what do I take common now? Take the bracket out. From this term, I am removing x minus 3. Who is left? I removed x minus 3. Who is left? X. I removed x minus 3. Who is left? Minus 2. So these will be my factors. What will be the roots? X minus 3. How do we do that? X minus 3 is 0 or x minus 2 is 0 or x equals 3 is a root or solution. X equals 2 is a root or solution. What did we understand by this? So complicated. Is it what did we learn by this? You need to understand that in this equation we got different roots just with their signs. Please look carefully. Okay, so we took these 4 equations, we factorized them, we found the roots. I've just summarized it. We already factorized this, we got the roots. Factorize this, got the roots. Factorize this, got the roots, and we have understood this. So we factorized and we got the roots. This was the conclusion. Please observe, all the roots have 2 and 3 in them. Just because their signs are different, the equation totally changed. So signs matter a lot. Just because the signs are different, the equation totally changed. So we have understood what is factorization. Let us see a few textbook problems on factorization. They have told us find the roots of the equation by the factorization method. So 2x square minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0 is given. You have to find the roots by factorization. What is the first thing we do? What is the product? First term, last term, multiplication. 2 3s are 6. So product is 6. Sum, middle term is the sum, minus 5. You have to now split, find 2 terms or split minus 5 such that their sum is minus 5 and their product is 6. I repeat, find 2 numbers whose sum is minus 5 and product is plus 6. 3 and 2. Is 3 plus 3 plus 2 minus 5? No. 3 and minus 2. Plus 3 minus 2, is it minus 5? No. Minus 3 minus 2. Is it minus 5? No. Yes, it is minus 5. Minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5. As you can see here, minus 3 minus 2, minus 5. Minus 3 into minus 2 plus 6. Satisfied. So we will go with the third combination. So what happens here? 2x square. Take the middle term and split it. Minus 3x minus 2x plus 3 equals 0. Can I take anything common here? Only x. 2x minus 3. You know for sure you have to get 2x minus 3 here. So what should be the filler number here? Who should you put? What should we put? There should be a number here such that this condition is satisfied. So what into 2x is minus 2x? Minus 1. Minus 1 into 2x minus 2x is equal to 0. Take 2x minus 3 outside. I have removed 2x minus 3 from the first term. Left with x. I have removed 2x minus 3 from the second term. Left with minus 1. So these are the factors. They have asked for roots. So I can therefore say 2x minus 3 is 0. Is one solution. So x equals 2x equals plus 3. X equals 3 by 2 is one root. Next, x minus 1 is 0. So x equals 1 is another root. So you can therefore write, therefore x equals 1. X equals 3 by 2 are the roots of the equation. Moving on to the next example, example 4. Find the roots of the quadratic equation 6x square minus x minus 2 equals 0. You have to factorize it. First we will see what should the product be. First term and last term multiplication. 6 into minus 2 minus 12. Middle term minus 1, that is nothing but the sum. So you have to find two numbers whose product is minus 12 and sum is minus 1. Try different values. When I say 12, what do you think of first? 6 2s are 12. So 6, you want minus 12. So 6 and minus 2. 6 and minus 2 minus 12 satisfied. But is 6 and minus 2 together give you 1? No. 6 and minus 2 gives you 4. So next we can try 3 4s are 12. So, but if I want negative sign, minus 3 plus 4. Minus 3 plus 4 minus 12, correct. But what is minus 3 into 4? Minus 12, correct. Minus 3 plus 4 plus 1. Does it satisfy the sum? Sum wants minus 1, not plus 1. So now change the signs. 4 and minus, so here it is minus 3 plus 4. I will just change the signs and make it 3 and minus 4. 3 and minus 4 will also give you 3 and minus 4. 3 into minus 4 minus 12, correct? 3 minus 4, see, product is minus 12, add them, sum minus 1. Condition satisfied. So what do we do? 6x square plus 3x minus 4x minus 2, 0. I split the minus 1 as 3 and minus 4, just like we did over there. Take whatever you can common in the first two terms. 3 is common, x is common. From 6 I removed 3, 2 is left. From x square I removed x, x is left. Now from 3x I removed full 3x. Will 0 be left? No, this is multiplication. If you remove 3x, 1 will be left. From these two, what do we decide how to remove? If you don't know what to remove, simply write the same number 2x plus 1. Now check what should be the condition. What should be the filler number? What into 2x will give minus 4x? Dash into 2x is minus 4x. Minus 2 into 2x minus 4x. Minus 2 into plus 1 minus 2. Condition satisfied. So now take 2x plus 1 common. So you will be getting 3x minus 2, 0. So now you can split this and write down 2x plus 1 is 0, or 2x equals minus 1, or x equals minus 1 by 2. One of the roots. Here 3x minus 2 is 0, 3x equals 2, x equals 2 by 3 is the other root of the equation. So my two roots are minus 1 by 2 and 2 by 3 of the given equation. Before we do the next question, let's understand some basic things about root. Root a means a power half, okay? Root a the whole square is nothing but a itself. Root a into root a is nothing but root a the whole square. X into x, x square. Root a into root a whole square. What is that? A. So this is very important. Root a into root a will give you a itself. If you have plus or minus under the root, you cannot split it. Not allowed. If you have multiplication, you can split it. Root a into root b, it's allowed. If you have division, you can split the root. It is also allowed. You have to keep in mind, if you have addition or subtraction under root, you cannot split it. Your root will remain as it is. This is not allowed. Taking this example, find the roots of the quadratic equation. The equation given is 3x square minus 2 root 6x plus 2 is 0. You are supposed to take the product, 3 2s are 6. I will just use P now. Sum is minus 2 root x. Please remember, whenever you have root in the quadratic equation, then you have to factorize, meaning split the middle term. It is always something to do with this number only. No need to break your head. See what is there with root x. Root 6 will be with both of them. You want minus 2. You have to just find two numbers that will give you minus 2. See carefully. Minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1, minus 1. What is it? Minus 2. See, minus 1 root x, minus 1 root x, minus 2 root x. Multiply these two numbers. This is nothing minus root x. This is nothing but minus root x. Minus into minus plus. Root x into root x, 6. How? Root a into root a. Root 6 into root 6, 6. So, I got to know that I have to just split it like this. It sounds a little confusing now, but we will do 2-3 other examples for you to understand how root splitting happens. So now, for now we have understood minus root 6 satisfies the condition. This is like saying minus 1 apple, minus 1 apple, minus 2 apples. This is minus 2 apples. Minus root x into minus root x, minus into minus, plus. Root 6 into root 6, 6. Coming here, 3x square minus root x minus root x plus 2 is 0. Now carefully observe, what can you take the common number as? Is there anything common in this condition? So we have split the middle term now, we have to take common. Please understand, from the first two terms take whatever is common. See this, x is common. Now what else is common? Inside 6 there is 3 into 2. Root 6 is there, inside this there is 3 into 2. Inside 3 there is root 3 into root 3. Do you all agree? How? Root a into root a is a. Be very careful with roots. So I can now see root 3 is there here also, root 3 is there here also. I am taking root 3x common. So I took root 3x common. Why root 3? Please see this example here. Root 6 is root of 3 into 2. Here it is root 3 into root 3. So who is left? Root 3 is left and an x is left. From root 6, I removed root 3. Who is left? The 2 is left. So minus root 2. X is gone out, leave it. Now what to do with this? I can't understand. So simply copy the same term. Root 3x minus root 2. Now fill it up. What should you put here such that you get root 3x? What should you put here such that you get root 3x? See, root 3x is already there. You have to get this particular number. What should you put here so you get minus root x? First of all, negative sign is there, so negative. This into what will give root 6? What number into root 3 will give root 6? Root 2 into root 3, root 6. Root 2 into root 2 plus 2. See, minus into minus plus, satisfied. Root 2 into root 2 plus 2, satisfied. Did you get the same terms? Yes. Now take root 3x minus root 2 out. Who's left? Root 3x minus root 2 again, 0. So what happens here? You get root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0 and root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0. Root 3x is equal to root 2 or x equals root 2 by root 3. You can also write this as root of 2 by 3. Similarly, these are the same things over here. Here also you will get x equals 2 by 3. Please understand this very carefully. You are getting one value of x here. You are getting one value of x here. See, observe. It is the same value of x. So what do we understand with this problem? It is possible that the roots, the final solutions of the equation can be same. In the previous example, we saw it was 3 minus 2, 3, 2, and then you got 6, 1, different numbers. So the two values can be different or can be same. In this example, we saw that it is possible that the two final roots of the equation are the same numbers itself. So here you get the same roots. So what is the answer? You should write root of 2 by 3 and root of 2 by 3 are the roots of the equation. This will conclude the factorization with examples. Moving on to the exercise next.